Say you want to capture someone, but you could only use letters. Which would work best? Well, I can tell you right now, it shouldn't be V. Gotta be the most pathetic excuse for a trap in existence. The idea is simple: lure someone into the middle and then let the angled sides keep them contained. But in reality, the whole thing is so unstable that it can barely contain itself. Even if you could convince someone willingly to climb inside the V, the moment any weight shifts, it tips over like it's lost confidence. Now your trap is lying on its side and your target is just stepping out. Slightly confused, but otherwise fine. You've essentially built a very inconvenient doorway. It looks threatening, but it has the structural integrity of a folding chair. Number 9. B. Oh, wow, so much wasted potential. It could practically be the Alcatraz prison of the alphabet. Because, I mean, look at it. It should be incredible. 2 separate compartments, perfect for holding 2 unfortunate victims at once. Its organizational efficiency kind of makes it feel like it was designed for this exact purpose. But obviously, upon closer inspection, you realize there's no actual way to get anyone inside. It's sealed, like completely enclosed. No doors or even a single opening, just absolutely nothing to work with. You've created the perfect trap that nobody can enter, which is a strange achievement when you think about it. But yeah, you could stare at it all day imagining how effective it would be if reality allowed it. But don't worry, I won't break the rules of the letters like I usually do. I know that angers you guys, so I'm playing fair today. Number 8. O. Yeah, O isn't really a trap, but it does something else which is pretty close if you ask me. Basically, you hang it from a chain, lift it high above ground, say stand on a tall building or something, and wait for your target to walk underneath. Then you drop it and let it swing like a wrecking ball, and oh boy, is the result immediate. Like I said, they're not trapped, they're just temporarily knocked out as a massive O concusses them out of nowhere. Yeah, this one is so low down in this list because there is a risk of actually killing the other person, and it's less of a funny prank and more of a now you have to spend the rest of your life on the run type situation, which, you know, I can't be bothered doing. I've already got enough on my plate, like making these dumb video ideas. But anyway, if your goal is to stop someone in their tracks, then this works. If your goal is to keep them there and have them alive, you're going to need a follow-up plan. Number 7. J. Alright, let's see if your guys' brains work like mine. Look at that J and tell me what it could be used for to capture someone with. Go ahead, I'll give you a second. Give up? Well, I thought it clearly looks like a fishing hook, right? Seriously, I mean, tie it to some string and a rod and place some bait on the tip. Bear in mind we're trying to catch people here, so let's put something on the end like a chicken nugget or a phone that auto doomscrolls TikTok, and wait for someone to be inevitably drawn in and get real close. Then the moment they do, yank them as hard as you can. Hook, line, and stinker. In theory, the hook catches them and lifts them off balance, and you've got something to cook for supper tonight. In practice, though, this requires a lot of strength. Like lifting a fully grown human is not something you casually do with one arm. If you can manage it though, it's effective. You've essentially gone fishing on land. Number 6. W. W is just as deadly, if not more, than O. This is the perfect spike trap. Time to get all hypothetical here. Let's say someone you don't like is walking across a rickety bridge. Let's also say beforehand you placed this W spike trap below said bridge, and also on the bridge cut some of the safety mechanisms to stop it collapsing. The situation that would then unfold is rather graphic, but you can probably guess. They basically fall onto the W and become impaled by multiple skewers. Again, if you actually want to have your target trapped but also alive, this might not be the greatest option. Number 5. S. S is exactly where things once again take their own meaning of what a trap is. It looks inviting, which is exactly why it works. It has that smooth curved shape that suggests fun. People see it and think, hey, that's a slide. So they climb up, sit down, and push off. Little do they know that that slide leads right off the edge of a cliff. Yeah, more than one of these don't actually trap people, they just kill them. Oh well. But either way, even after they realise the slide doesn't end in a safe place, there's not really much they can do about it. Straight off the edge you go. This is one of those traps that relies entirely on first impressions. By the time the person realizes what's happening, momentum has already made the decision for them. Number 4. T. T is a classic setup, which you may have seen before. You prop it up at an angle using a stick, then attach a string to that support. Then you place whatever you need to lure someone in and make a trail of it leading all the way underneath the T. They'll follow it all the way to the end, and then the moment they step into position, pull the string, the support disappears, the T drops, and suddenly they're pinned underneath a huge, large, heavy shape. It's a proper Tom and Jerry type of trap, if you're old enough to remember that cartoon, that is. But it works because people don't expect it. As far as they know, they're just following a trail of candy that mysteriously keeps on going. Number 3. L. Now I know, you're probably thinking, wait, what? This looks useless. How could this possibly be all the way up at number 3 in the list? Well, hold your horses and let me explain. See, if you look closer, you'll actually notice that this L is actually made out of ice. Orange flavored ice. It's practically the world's biggest popsicle. Now, if you leave it out somewhere obvious, like a frozen treat waiting to be discovered, someone will come along and decide to give it a taste, and instantly regret that decision, because now their tongue sticks to the surface and they're now attached to your trap. They could try to pull away, but that's not a pleasant option. Every attempt results in agonizing pain, so unless they brought a cup of hot water, they're probably going to stay stuck to this thing for a while, probably also vowing to never eat an iced lolly ever again. Number 2. H. H combines planning with impact. If you suspend it above ground using ropes and disguise it as something harmless, maybe a piece of modern art or maybe just a part of the environment, I don't know, and then beneath it you place a pressure plate, yeah, you know, those things from Minecraft, and when someone steps onto that plate, the support releases and drops the H straight down. The two vertical sides hit the ground on either side with such force it pins them in place. It's fast, it's decisive, and it leaves very little room for escape. The only issue is what happens afterwards, because lifting something that heavy isn't going to be easy, but as a trap, it does exactly what it's supposed to do. Number 1. U. U takes the top spot because it's the classic pitfall trap, just with a bit more structure. Firstly, you'll need to take a flight to your nearest jungle, but to save time, here's one I prepared earlier. Now in the dirt path, if you dig a hole and place a U inside, you can then cover the top with big leaves that have seemingly fallen from the canopy above. Then when someone walks over it, they fall straight through into the U below. The vertical sides make climbing out difficult, especially if you've made them smooth, and with a bit of extra preparation, you can grease up the walls, making the interior extra slippery. You've got a trap that keeps people exactly where you want them. It's simple, but it's been working for a very long time for a reason.